Hey folks, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in to another video. We've got another Lord of the Rings figure here from Diamond Select Toys. We're talking about Lurtz. Really awesome looking figure. This is the sort of leader of the Uruk-hai that goes chasing after the Fellowship in the Fellowship of the Ring. He is the one that ultimately puts Boromir down with his bow and arrow. Definitely a nice looking figure. I wasn't even aware until I opened it up that he was coming with two heads. But I've sort of watched half watched a couple of reviews and just sort of looked at official pictures of these figures. And this one seems to be well equipped. Some good display options. So I did just review Boromir as well. And like I mentioned in that video, I will have a link down in the description right at the top, linking you to a playlist of all my Lord of the Rings Diamond Select action figures. So without further ado, let's bust open Lurtz and take a look. Alright guys, here is Lurtz. He is looking really cool. I've been looking forward to having this guy in hand. I really have. He looks fantastic. I never did get the Toy Biz version back in the day, so this is my first version of Lurtz in action figure form, which is just awesome. Some great accessories. And I mentioned in the Boromir video when they've obviously been able to place a little bit of extra budget in accessories when they're not doing a Build-A-Figure like they did with some of the early figures with Sauron. Some of them they felt like they were lacking some accessories, but this one feels pretty damn good, I'll be honest. So we'll start off, we've got an alternate head here, which looks good. Really nice detail on that. It's got the white hand of Saruman over his head there. He's got his Ariana Grande ponytail there at the top. The hair's looking really good. But yeah, this one, he's definitely got a little bit more of an aggressive sort of look to his face. They're both horrifying and aggressive. This one's a little bit more of a roar. Whereas we get this one here, more of just an angry snarl. Which is just killer. They look so good together. I'm not sure which one I'm going to display. Just for the purposes of it. I want to see how easy it is to pull off. Okay, that's not too bad. You know what? I think I'm feeling the slight roaring face now that I've got him on there. I'm going to swap around a little bit and I'll play around. But for the purpose of the rest of the review, I've done the head swap and I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. So let's move him back. He's not standing up the best. Probably some joints are a little bit tight still out of the box. That's good. Let's just stand him back. We'll take a look at the rest of his accessories. I did say stand. Alright, so he does come with this sort of pouch satchel thing. It is open. Oh, you know what it is? It's his arrows. It's his arrow box. Okay, that's cool. So one thing I love about this figure is the fact that it comes with individual arrows. Because that's awesome. I love that. They sort of just sit in there. I can't remember where it's going to sit on him, whether it hangs off the belt somewhere, I think. Like I said, I'm going to have a little play around, reference some other pictures, and see exactly where it's going to sit and hang. Memory off the top of my head. Yeah, it's not doing anything for me. Well, I know it doesn't look like that. But that's cool. I like that a lot. I dig it. I'm sure it will sort of sit over his shoulder or something like that. Over the back. I will, reference some pictures afterwards and get a closer look. We've got his shield, which is awesome. This thing is just... Love the texture of that and the paintwork. That looks really nice. Got that sort of real industrial sort of look. Which is right, because it's, You should be able to hold that pretty well on the side. So that's cool. Does have his sword, which, you know, I love. I still love that sort of commentary on sort of industrialism. You know, you see something like Anduril, Aragorn's sword, you know, and all the elven swords. They're all a thing of beauty, and then industrialism comes in and they bash out these sort of wrought iron, you know, they're pretty rough looking swords, but they're not meant to be sort of, you know, they're for practical use only. But I love that sort of look of things. And then, of course, we have his bow, which is cool. Again, sort of made of that sort of wrought iron look. That sort of texture of the steel. You actually get a piece of string there, which is nice. It's a nice sturdy plastic too. I don't think it's going to break. Some of the old Toy Biz bows and stuff were very fragile. But that's cool. That looks good. I've got to say, I'm pretty impressed. Just hoping it'll give enough for him to sort of hold it with the bow drawn back. Perhaps not, but that's okay. We'll see. So let's take a look at Lurtz, the figure himself. He's looking pretty damn good there. And we sort of had a good look at his head sculpt. And the hair pieces are the same. Just a slight different in the face sculpts, which is nice. And again, that sort of maroony blood red, you know, that sort of dry blood look of the skin. So the texture of the skin too, that looks great. That was one thing I really loved about some of the Uruk-hai figures that Toy Biz did back in the day. I do still have a couple of them. But like I said, I never got Lurtz, so... Another one I'd love to see is the Berserker from the Two Towers. That would be freaking cool. So the joints are nice and tight. I love the sort of the silver button studs on throughout the uniform. Again, sort of really goes back to that industrialism look. You know, very basic. Made for purpose, not necessarily for, you know, prolonged protection or looks or anything like that. Guys are already intimidating in the face. Don't need an outfit to do any more. I guess, yeah, with the armor there strapped around the leg. They obviously did have a little bit of preservation in mind. Not exactly totally expendable. But yeah, it's really nice with the sort of dirt and weathering. I'm digging it. It looks really good. I'm just so stoked to have this one now. I don't know. I'm looking forward to getting a couple of Uruk-hai warriors. They should be in very shortly. I will have reviews up of that one as well once he does arrive. But there he is. Excuse me. There is Lurtz. Really, really happy. Yeah, pretty much got the standard articulation all over. You know, the ball joint in the head, ball hinge in the shoulders, ball hinge in the elbow, hinges in the wrists, torso joint up the top there. He's got the thigh cut there, double joint in the knees, and hinge in the ankles with the rocker. Again, they're nice and stiff joints. Nothing worse than opening a figure and having them all loose already. So that's good. I'm excited to have him up on the shelf, that's for sure. flanked by a couple of other Urk warriors when they arrive, like I said. Awesome. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it. Let me know if you enjoyed it. I don't stray from Star Wars very often, but for Lord of the Rings, I will. Alright, guys. We'll see you on the next video.